Let's be honest, Super Doomspire is fun and all, but it really boils my blood when the server picks that one map that interferes with gameplay. And I'm in a 1v8 because my team is full of children throwing their super balls at the wall. As fun as it is to clutch it up, it becomes extremely hard when the terrain is interfering with tipping, recoveries, and overall gameplay. A couple days ago, I held a poll, asking what was your least favorite map. And from how much I knew the Super Doomspire community loved to express their anger about the game, I decided to make a video about it. We're going to go from the bottom up, from the least popular opinion, to the most popular opinion. Let's get right into it. In last place, taking 7% of the votes, was the Ocean map. This genuinely surprised me. Ocean always feels too small. In the summer update, the void became shallower, making recoveries on it hard. On Ocean, towers almost always get stuck on the slopes, and it's a hassle to push them off. Also, the Ocean map has a lot of parts you cannot build on, which really boils my blood. Imagine trying to clutch, right? And the map with like a void 10 studs under your feet, already making recoveries difficult, like 10% of the map doesn't let you build on it. It's overall a hassle, but I can see why people picked it the least, since it's good for 1v1s, has a lot of space, and a comfortably sized zone. In fourth place, taking 11% of the votes, was the Rainbow map. Personally, I have some mixed feelings about Rainbow. Rainbow is mostly flat with some high ground, a more comfortable zone than Ocean, and tipping is easy since you can just place down trowels to tip. Only issue is, recoveries are hard since there's nothing to build on, and the void is for some reason super deep. In third place, taking 15% of the votes, were other maps. Since only like one person said Classic, I'm gonna explain why that isn't very liked. Classic has very limited breathing space, and getting tower hugged is very common. But in return, their zone is huge, and you can build on the void. So whatever terrain you lack, you can make it yourself. In second place, taking 19% of the votes, is Islands. Islands is pretty awkward to play on since the void is very shallow, the terrain is very uneven, and there are very constant void snaps. Void snaps are when a player instantly dies from void despite being above it, or taking lava damage above lava. Yeah, that's right, the deep abyss is angry and you are its victim. Start running. This map also has very little breathing room zone-wise. The only actual positive is that you can tip with trowels a lot easier, like Rainbow and maps like that. In first place, taking up a whopping 48% of the votes, is Jungle. Let's be honest, nobody feels any strong feelings about Jungle except dislike. Jungle is arguably the most awkward map to play on. While the map is huge, and their zone is okay, the towers always get stuck on the trees, making clutches nearly impossible, and if they don't get stuck on the trees they get stuck on the corners of the map, which aren't destroyable. Also there's no high ground, just normal ground, low ground, and lower ground, which makes gameplay kind of bland. People only pick Jungle because there aren't any other maps to pick, and if the server intentionally picked it, they watched the Lorax as a child.